How should I pay zakat on my investments? Imagine your wealth as a garden that needs watering at the right time. Paying zakat on investments is part of nurturing that garden according to Islamic rules. First, you need to identify what kind of investment you have. If you actively buy and sell stocks or assets frequently with the goal of making quick profits, these are treated like business inventory. You pay zakat at 2.5% on the total market value of these assets on your zakat due date. If you hold stocks or assets for the long term without frequent trading, the calculation is different. You look at the company's balance sheet to find liquid assets like cash and receivables. Then, you subtract any liabilities that are not zakatable. The remaining amount is what you consider zakatable. For mutual funds or index funds, a simple way is to assume about 25% of your total investment value is zakatable. You then pay 2.5% on that amount. Don't forget about the income from your investments. Dividends, profits, or earnings are also zakatable. You need to pay 2.5% on the total dividends received during the year, whether you reinvest them or withdraw. You only pay zakat if your total zakatable wealth exceeds the unknown threshold. The unknown is the value of 85 grams of gold or 595 grams of silver. Also, your wealth must have been held for a full lunar year, called the Hal. This applies to all your assets combined, including investments. For bonds and fixed income products, zakat is usually due on the principal amount. Any interest earned should be given to charity and is not part of zakat. If you have a retirement fund or pension plan, zakat is payable on the current value if you have access to it and own it fully. To calculate your zakat on investments, first determine when your wealth reached the unknown. Then, find the market value of your investments on that date. For traders, pay 2.5% on the total market value. For long-term holdings, calculate the zakatable portion based on the company's liquid assets or use the 25% rule for funds, then pay 2.5% on that. Remember to add 2.5% of any dividends or profits received during the year. Combine this with your zakat on other assets and pay the total amount. Following these steps helps ensure your investments are purified according to Islamic principles. It also supports social justice and wealth redistribution, which are key parts of Islamic finance.